and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities. Presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: entrepreneur by day, corporate professional by day, entrepreneur by night, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, 5-time best-selling author, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and founder and owner of T.A.L.K Radio and TV Network, LLC. Tonight, we have an amazing special VIP guest by the name of Tiffany Perkins. A little bit about her. Tiffany Perkins is an East Nashville-based content creator and digital marketing strategic. In her day-to-day, she helps service area businesses reach their most valuable customers through search engine optimization, digital advertising, and strategic social media marketing. When she's not working with clients, she's connecting content for my blog or figuring out ways to connect with and support other women. Tiffany's love of people led her to event planning in late 2013, and she has since put on multiple events to support young women, STEM, minorities, Black creators, and bloggers in the Nashville and Clarksville areas. Welcome to the table, the amazing Tiffany Perkins.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much, Ashley. Oh, my goodness.
You are welcome. I'm excited to have you at the table tonight because I know you're going to share some amazing wisdom and knowledge with our guests about, you know, content creating and digital marketing and event planning. So we can't wait to hear the nuggets that you're going to share. So tell us about your amazing entrepreneur journey, Tiffany.
So, where do I start? I mean, kind of like a lot of us, you have a ton of ideas. You want to do a lot of things, and then you're fairly good at a lot of things. So it makes you kind of want to try everything. Definitely a lot of bumps and failures along the way, but so I graduated from the University of Tennessee and got my degree in public relations. Thought that was kind of what I wanted to do, but it just wasn't, I don't know, the creative pieces of that wasn't all there for me. So started doing blogging. I used to blog with a partner, and then just started blogging by myself, and it is a lot tougher than you think. And so in the midst of doing that, I was like, well, let me find my people. And then I started the National Blogging Collective, and have done several events through them and met so many amazing people. We do the Blogger Bash in the summer, and then I started working at my East Nashville firm, which is Spark Marketer, and so I work with, like you said, service area businesses, and that was very different, working with people in industries like that. You know what I mean? That's not necessarily what I know the most about or anything, and so working with them, learned a little more, and then kind of was like, you know what, I think I got this. I want to check it out. I can do this. Plus, I have some other skills where those social media pieces and content creation pieces came in from my blogging skills. And so I told my boss, hey, it's been fantastic. Love you guys, but I want to try this on my own. And I was really, really blessed. My the company, I'm actually back with them now, which is kind of a full circle moment. But I still run my own business as well. They're a startup, and they both have been entrepreneurs since forever and kind of worked in different fields and stuff. So they were like, you know, we get it. Go ahead, try it. And so from there, then I went into doing marketing, digital marketing, advertising, promotion for beauty salons, beauty brands, and things like that. And then that's when I jumped into the event space. I'd done trade shows, urban ski, and different sort of events, putting on fashion shows. I work with Knoxville Fashion Week. And it was just kind of like, no, I love this. This is where I'm supposed to be. So then we got into the Blogger Bashes, Black Women in Creative Spaces, Brown Girls Brunching we have next week in Clarksville, Tennessee. And then I have my side creative pieces where I do event planning and event decor and things like that. So it's been, I mean, of course, all over the place, kind of connecting the dots to try to make it what has worked for me. But I mean, you know, that's, I feel like, how the kind of entrepreneurial thing happens.
I love it. So, Tiffany, you help service area business owners, you know, build their businesses, you know, help them with their most valuable customers through search engine optimization, digital advertising, and strategic social media marketing. So tell us more about your passion.
Yeah, so that it's so funny to see me in kind of in that space. I didn't know a lot about what they did. They didn't know a lot about what I did. So I think it was kind of this beauty of we got to trust each other because we both need each other to figure out the information. I love so much working with service area business because there's a lot of hometown heart there, and people who really care about the areas that they're in. Get to where they're in spaces where they also know people. You know what I mean? I think a lot of times with social media, things do become a little bit disconnected. So it's cool to have a business that has an actual brick and mortar or a service area of a certain radius and help them really tap in a little bit more than they already do. So search engine optimization is basically just making sure your website is optimized to be read by Google and helping you with your rank. And then we do various social media platforms, which also has been just such a treat because I'm not sure, like, you know, if you've ever worked with it. I mean, like, a lot of my clients are straight blue-collar service area businesses. I have some that are not, but a lot of them aren't. So for them, it's kind of like, girl, I'm not trying to be on Facebook. I'm not trying to be anybody's Instagram influencer. Why do I need to be on here? And then once you get them to buy in, it's like, oh, no, I love it. Cool. Can we go live? We're going to go live, you know, once a week, and we're going to do this, that, and the third. And it has been really cool helping them transition their brands online and still being able to stay very local.
I love that. I love it because that's so important, right? Because I don't think, and I know we're going to dig deeper in the interview tonight, but I don't think people understand, like, the social media part is so important when building your brand. The digital part of it is it all connects. All of the dots connect eventually, correct? So can't wait till we dig deeper in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I know that you are very big on supporting other women. So why is supporting other women so important to you? Why is that important?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's almost a why not. Like that, it's
right.
Just so, the same thing kind of started by trying to find my people and just people like me and people who do these other things. And I just feel like I should get in a space where you're working with more women. You see yourself in them and you see yourself in their wins and their failures and their struggle and the process. And I think it's really, really important that we support each other. You know what I mean? Like, not even always a hand clap or I'm going to buy your products or like whatever, but I'm listening. And I want you to know that I'm here and I get it and what you feel is valid. And so for me, it's just been, I don't know, that's when I feel the most full. And so I just kind of keep running in the direction of that. And I've just met some incredible women who are also running in that direction. And I feel like, I don't know, what's the game? Red Rover. You know what I mean? Like, we're kind of all holding arms and holding down the fort. And people keep coming over and they just get added to the chain and it's bigger and bigger. And that to me has just been so rewarding.
And I love that because I'm very big on we can all win and there's room for all of us at the table, right? And so
oh, absolutely.
Yes, and I'm very big on collaboration, right? Because it's all about, you know, how can I help serve others, right? And that's how, you know, I believe that everybody, you know, should be when it comes to collaborating, when it comes to working with other people. How can I serve you? So what is your definition of collaboration over competition?
So that's a really good question. I don't know. I topple with that a little bit. I feel like sometimes that's one of those, what do you call it? That's the wave right now. You know what I mean? Kind of like where Black Girl Magic kind of got taken to this place where it was like, oh, yeah, we're on the Black Girl Magic wave too. We're going to put this and we want to make sure that we're being diverse and da-da-da-da-da, but it really wasn't being true to what that meant. So for me, collaboration over competition is what can I do to help push what you're doing forward, whether or not it has any benefit in it for me personally or maybe in that moment, because I know you winning in some way, we will all win off of that. Do you know what I mean? Like, not maybe not a tangible, oh, you made some money from an event, say, you know what I mean? I don't
Right.
want my cut of the money. That's not what I'm doing it for. What I'm doing it for is I know me being here means I'm exposing my people to it, which helps both of us expose our people to more things. And so I think that's like the true heart of what collaboration over competition is supposed to be. It's like we got Nike, Reebok, Adidas, whatever. Everybody's making a tennis shoe. Everybody's eating like however they see fit with their people. Fine. If you need me to help you make a shoe and tie your shoestrings, I got you, girl. That's cool because you're pushing the industry forward, which means if you're going forward, we're all coming. You know what I mean? My time's going to come. I'm fine with that. Let me help you because you're moving the needle for us as a whole. And I can respect that. And I think when you respect that and you honor somebody in the place that they are, where they're being, successful in that moment, I think that's what it is. That's the collaboration over, no, I can't help you. I can't do whatever because you feel some sort of, spite because it's not you at that time. You know, everybody's time is not right now, but we'll have our time.
Yes, I love that. Because we can all win, right? And that's what people got to remember. We can all win. And when you helping others, it's not taking nothing away from you to help other people, right? It takes nothing away from you.
There's so much. There's so much.
Right. Your gift and your gift will make room for you. And that's what people have to realize and remember. What's for you is going to be for you. So,
always.
what are some strategies you would give to listeners who would like to start a blog?
So really I would say start. Like, I feel like all bloggers are going to say that, but really that's it. I think a lot of blogging where people don't feel like they're doing it right is because they're in their own head. It's real easy to feel like you're inadequate and you're not kind of like measuring up to what you think the blog should be. So I would say think about the things that you love and that you would talk to your friends about and treat your blog like talking to your friends. As you get into your groove and stuff, you'll kind of see like, oh, okay, cool, I'm building an audience. And so now it's becoming more than just the people who are your immediate circle. Because if I'm being honest, like, your friends are not your audience. They're not
right.
your customer. They're not your that. But
right.
that's a great place to start. You know what I mean? Because when you're starting there, you're filling out your own passion. If you're passionate about something and you care about it, you can be consistent. So you want to get to that place where you're consistent. Then you're going to start building a true audience. And you can kind of see, oh, they're like these type of things. I get more engagement when I talk about this stuff. But if you never start and you never start consistently, you won't create the space for the path to kind of create itself.
Get started. That's the key, right? Get started and create the path for itself. And everything will fall into place. And I think a lot of people are not getting, because they don't think they're ready. Oh, just get started and learn along the way.
Yeah, and I think, too, curate some environments that inspire you. So a lot of times on social, I'm like 50-50, love it, hate it. But what I realized is really about curating your space and curating your vibe. So everything that, as a creative person and someone who wants to be in an industry that is creative, which blogging is, I think you need to make sure you're being inspired all the time. So whether that's what you're reading, if you're a reader, what you're looking at, if you're a visual learner or visual cues kind of trigger you the most, make sure you're feeling all the feels when you're kind of scrolling and stuff like that. And if it's negative stuff, let it go. And curate this space that it inspires you and makes you kind of stay vibrant. And that really helps to keep your creative juices flowing and help you get rid of that kind of imposter syndrome.
Yes, I love that. So let's go deeper. So why is producing good content so important? Because, that's important. That your content is valuable and that you're producing good content.
Yeah, so I will say good is subjective to depending on, because as I kind of got started, I was seeing things and like, oh, I have to do this and I have to buy this really expensive equipment. And it has to look like this, and if I can just be transparent, I got myself in a little bit of a hole in the beginning, trying to keep up. And then when I looked at the people who I really admired, there's a woman, Marie Antoinette, who I had the pleasure of working with her here at the Dollar General Day of Beauty, and her content is phenomenal and it's excellent. And so as I was scrolling down her rabbit hole, She started shooting videos in her bathroom. On a little camera, and it was just like, oh, dang, okay, that's what I'm missing. Everyone started somewhere, so it's like start. As you continue and you keep on being consistent, you can make your tweaks. But I think it's about maybe not good content, but quality content. So things that actually mean something to people, things that answer people's questions, things that bring some sort of value to someone else besides yourself. That's the stuff that's going to connect all the time, and that's where it's important. So I think when you're thinking about good content, it's thinking about the quality. Even if your picture, the actual visual quality is maybe not good, that's fine. You know what I mean? People who are genuinely here to learn about what you have going on and interested in you, they get everyone is not balling, everyone can't afford a photographer, everyone can't whatever. They just want you to be honest with them, give them something that either adds some value to their day, that inspires them, that motivates them, and show up regularly, you know?
Show up. That's the key. Show up. Those who show up, go up. That is so important.
Okay, I like that.
Yes. Yeah. I love it. So why is digital advertising so important when building a brand?
So I think it's just because where we are right now. You know what I mean? I think you have to, of course, like have your brand built. A lot of people put the cart before the horse, and that's where they get in spaces where they spend X amount of dollars in advertising and don't see any return on investment because do you know what your return should be? You know what I mean? So I think first, understand what your brand is, understand what you need, and then put the money behind the digital spaces for you to be able to kind of promote those things. It's real easy to get caught up in this game of, I'm going to throw $5 at a boost post to get some likes. Well, cool. What do those likes get you? So I think digital advertising is a fantastic way to reach the masses, and all of the apps, most of the platforms, even Google Ads and stuff like that, have created these really, really dialed in back-end systems that let you really reach the right people, like down to demographic, how much money they make, those sorts of things. But if you haven't thought about that on your own before you start putting the money behind it, you might not reach the most people, and you might not feel like it's as good as it is.
I love that. And thanks for sharing that, because I think sometimes people, might not really are very familiar with the digital advertising, but you have to have, like you say, start somewhere. And in this day and time, you need to be promoting your brand on social media, digitally, with ads. What are your thoughts on the ads and different things like that?
I think they're wonderful. I mean, I think that's where people are. People are on their phones all the time. Print in a lot of areas, their circulation and things have gone down. I mean, of course not major mags and things like that, but even they have made sure that their digital footprint is very much present. They're definitely making sure to make the space for the digital pieces of the print things that they do. So I am all for all sorts of digital ads wherever you choose to be. I just would say make sure you are where your people are. You know what I mean? If your demographic is older aged, mom and that sort of stuff, TikTok might not be where you want to put your coins. You know what I mean? It's just being very strategic about whatever form of advertising you do. I think all of it, before you even hit advertising, we got to dial it back to a marketing plan. And we got to start thinking about what is the strategy behind what you need to get from all these advertising pieces.
Right, knowing your audience. Thanks for sharing that. That's so important, right?
For sure.
And then what are your thoughts on, because sometimes even with the different platforms, let's talk about the social media marketing side of it now. So even with the different platforms like Instagram, some people might have a better, following and better responses on Facebook than Instagram. So what are your thoughts on, those different, sites, Twitter, LinkedIn, all of them?
Yeah, for sure. So number one, I would say claim your real estate. Whether you're going to be on there or not, I would always say get on whatever platform, make sure you own your name, and you have your contact information there. So even if you're not active on, say, Twitter or something else, you want to make sure you do have a Twitter profile. It has your photo. It has a link to your website. And if you have an email or any other contact information that someone would need to get when they find you, make sure all that's correct and up to date. If you've looked and you see that Twitter is not where your people are, totally fine. Don't be on Twitter. Put your effort, your time into the spaces that are going to be most beneficial for you. But again, it goes back to knowing what's most beneficial. So like, I'm very active on Instagram. I think as a content creator, that is very, very important. That's where a lot of people in my age group are as far as my audience. I do create some visual content. I do a lot of makeup and stuff. So Instagram is that platform for the photos and doing the video clips and getting them kind of engaged. When it comes to blog clicks, website traffic, product sales, once I look at my analytics, way more of that comes from Facebook. So I'm making sure that my links are going there. That's somewhere that I'm very active on. And that kind of makes me think of another thing. Are you tracking? A lot of people could kind of relate or rely on just a few things they get from like Facebook Insights and Instagram Insights and stuff. But if you have analytics set up for your website, which I highly recommend that everyone does, you can see referral traffic. And so you see how people are getting to your content. So think of it like your website is your house. How are they knowing how to get to your house? Where are they getting their directions from? You know what I mean? And so if they're getting it off of Facebook, awesome. You want to keep on feeding Facebook the information because that's what's getting people to your website, which is what converts. Unless you sell products directly from Instagram or something else like that, but I'm a blogger, so all my bread and butter is on my website, with the exception of like ad sales and stuff like that, but I have my own products. My goal is to work with some other companies and be accepted in a couple of things, which to do that, I have to keep my page views up and I have to reach a certain amount of goals. So again, kind of going back to that thing, it's like know your brand, know your marketing, which is going to be creating a strategy. Once you have the strategy, then you put the tactics in place. So the tactics are where am I doing what and what specifically am I doing where.
I love that. And thanks for breaking that down because I think a lot of people get confused. Like you said, get on every platform and just know your numbers, your analytics, and know where you are best performing at. And I agree. Like, you know, as far as myself as well with Facebook, that's the thing to be on with, you know, the platform for you selling your products, like you said, for your website, for your referrals, that is the platform. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Almost triple some of the others. I mean, I have way more followers on Instagram than I do from Facebook, but as far as like website traffic, it's probably triple from Facebook versus Instagram.
Yeah. And like you said, Instagram is, you know, in some people, it might be the other way, right? It might be Instagram.
Right.
And then, you know, but hey, you got to know where you fit in, like you said, and knowing your audience, and all of that plays a part. So I definitely.
Yeah, because everything's going to be different for everybody. I think some people go into this wanting this one-size-fits-all kind of cookie-cutter mold and maybe aren't satisfied when people aren't giving them, like, specific, just do this and just do this because it'll work. Well, a lot of times in this digital space, A, it's trial and error. B, most things you have to give 6 months before you even have any real data to tell you if it is or if it's not working. And then just because something works for one person does not mean that it's going to work for you. So it's social and the digital spaces are still fairly new, especially social media. So I think a lot of people are, not I think, I know, a lot of people are trying different things. The websites are having to kind of, you know, pivot and shift when new things come up, new apps, security situations, all that kind of stuff. And all of that stuff, as it trickles down to the creators. And we have to continue to pivot and kind of like maneuver around those spaces. So sometimes it's not as cut and dry as saying, hey, get on Instagram, post on Instagram every day at 10 o'clock, and your following is going to go like crazy. It does not always work like that.
I love it. And thank you so much for, you know, breaking it down for our listeners that are listening, because that is so important. Well, Congratulations, Tiffany, on your sold-out event this past weekend, Black Women in Creative Spaces. So tell us more about your event.
Ooh! Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So Black Women in Creative Spaces. So this is my second time doing this event, so second year. And again, it's kind of, the theme with me is always finding my people. I am a talker. I am a lover of people. I am very much an extrovert. I love to laugh. I just love to soak up, you know. So I found myself in this space where I was jumped out from my job. I have this entrepreneur idea. I want to work for myself. I was going to a lot of those, and I enrolled in these classes. You know how like the centers do. You go to this class and we'll write you a business plan, and we'll teach you this, and then you do a pitch and that kind of stuff. And while I found some of that stuff very supportive, I also, in one, was just absolutely pushed to not pursue my creative idea. They didn't understand it. They didn't see it as a full business. They kept telling me to do something else. And literally last minute, I decided, you know what, screw it. Like 15 minutes before I pitched, changed my whole idea, and I pitched what I originally want to. I came in second place. And so after that, I was like, you know what, I need to find people who get this. You know, when I would go to business mixers and stuff, it seemed to be predominantly men. When I was going to women or female X, Y, and Z, it seemed to be mostly white women. And while all that's fine, and I'm appreciative of learning from all those places, there's a certain level of comfort, I think, that comes from being around us and with us and being able to say, hey, you get some of the same work hang-ups that come with being a Black woman. You get the, is my hair too much? Am I this? You know what I mean? That other people might kind of like wave you off and that kind of stuff, and wanting to be yourself. So when I was, you know, just kind of trying to figure things out, my birthday's in February. I love Black History Month so much. I love Women's History Month so much. I celebrate International Women's Day with a group of women every year, just trying to patron women-owned businesses and things like that. And so I was like, man, I want to meet more people. I want to meet more Black creatives. I want to meet more Black women that I can call my tribe and can call on. And I just kind of said, okay, I'm doing it, and jumped off on a whim last year and reached out to as many people, and it was awesome. We had such a great time last year, an amazing turnout. I'm so appreciative of everybody who supported the event and helped, and several white women in the community. I don't want it to seem like it was just this, you know, an underground sort of thing, because everyone was so supportive. And so this year, back for the second year, we doubled attendance. We sold out. It was crazy packed, and just the energy in the room was insane. So many beautiful people, all age groups, all different sorts of careers, new entrepreneurs, never want to be an entrepreneur, corporate America, just every sort of place for Black women who are creating a space for themselves was in that room. And it was, oh man, the magnitude was bananas. I'm so thankful.
Well, super congratulations on it. And I know you have another one coming up soon, right? So tell our listeners about that and how they can support and purchase tickets.
Yeah, absolutely. So March 14th, we'll be in Clarksville, Tennessee at the Clarksville Regional Airport for Brown Girls Brunching. And so this is my celebration of Women's History Month. We have Jessica J. Renee Jones, who is a visionary, a boutique owner and author. She'll be our keynote speaker. And then we have 6 amazing women from the community who are business owners, community advocates, entrepreneur, disability advocates, just every kind of piece of the spectrum. Again, I love bringing multidimensional women. So we'll have some panels, we'll have a mimosa bar, lots of opportunities for networking, working on getting some spaces for almost kind of like a Black women directory of businesses so that we can kind of, you know, keep the dollar moving and reach out to us and support wherever we want to be doing some of that. You can grab your ticket on my website, tiffperkins.com, or you can just follow me on Instagram at TiffSaysGo. or my Facebook page, Tiff Perkins, and I'm pushing and promoting tickets everywhere.
So please support her amazing events. As I stated, Tiffany has just sold out the one this past weekend. I'm sure this next one on March 14th is going to sell out as well. So definitely get your tickets today and support her. So
yeah,
Tiffany,
we're close.
Yeah. Oh, you already sold out. Okay.
No, we're not sold out yet. We're close. So yeah,
okay,
grab
she's
those
getting
last
close.
tickets.
So you might want to go ahead and get your tickets. Get your tickets. Trust me. So tell us more about, because I know you have consistently built multiple tables for yourself. So I asked all of my guests this question, Tiffany. How did you create your seat at the table?
That's so good, and I knew it was coming, and I just it's so funny. I still to this day don't feel like I don't want to sound like negatively, but I have a table. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm still kind of like, hey girl, was that seat taken? And I'm still kind of like blown away at the fact that people support things that I do that I feel like are so much further ahead of me in their career paths or where they are. Do you know what I mean? Kind of, and I'm always in awe at just being able to touch the hem. So I really think I created my seat by just believing in myself and believing in what I saw. You know, you get the vision of how you want things to look and like not stopping until it got there and really just saying, hey, I want to do this thing. There's going to be obstacles. I'm going to keep trying, because if you build it, if you promote the heck out of it, and if you really, really believe in it and you're doing something genuine, I think it works. And so I think through all of that, it was just kind of like, oh, wow, no, that space is for me. I get to pull my seat up to this table because I've earned it, and I work really hard, and I really try to do what I do for a pure reason, you know? And I think that's how I created my seat.
I love that.
Thank
and
you.
I actually, Tiffany, I feel like you have built multiple tables, and you not only did that, but as we can see in your actions, you created spaces for others at the table, for other women.
Oh, for sure.
So, yeah.
For sure. I think you always have to. Do you know what I mean? It's never a space. I will never be done learning, and I want to make sure everyone else feels like that as well. There's so many things, whether I've surpassed you in a career field or something arbitrary like that, there's still always going to be something I can learn from someone else, and I want to make sure I'm not the only one getting the information, you know. And I think through events and through sharing stuff on social and hopefully getting to a space where I can get some of this stuff recorded and, you know, get it out to more people, I think that's the thing that people appreciate. It's like, dang, I needed this, and I don't always have access to these people. Thank you for bringing them together and providing me the access. And that's really what it's about for me.
I love that. So what did failure teach you on your journey?
Woo-hoo. That is necessary. I'll be honest. There's people now that I think it's so funny. I keep saying, you know, I'll tell you guys my whole story once I'm ready. I still got a couple of curse words built up when I get to really talking about it. But 2018 for me was awful. Things just really got to a really negative place. I mean, all the way up to the final days of 2018, I was getting bad news and hurtful things, and literally was just lost. And at a place where I'd lost myself, and I lost a lot of money. I'd lost my job. It was bad. And I think in that moment, I was able to sit with myself and kind of say, okay, hey, what are we doing? If we're done and tap out. If we're not, you've had your day to cry. You've had multiple days to cry and be upset. Now we get back to work. You know what I mean? I feel like once you get to that place, you hit rock bottom, it's like, all right, cool. I have nowhere else to go but up. Let's get it. And it freed me to make these major leaps and kind of take a lot of risks because I had nothing else to lose. I'd lost it all. So it was like, all right, well, you know, we got to just do it. And I'm so proud of myself. And sometimes I look back and I think, yo, you were bugging. Like, that could have been terrible. And I remember having multiple breakdowns, and you know, I deal with anxiety currently, but in that space of being, you know, bottomed out and saying I'm going to do these grandiose things was like, oh, this is insane. Anyone else would have packed it up and just went the normal route and done what everyone else expected you to do, or what quite a few people were saying I should have done. But instead I had it. You know, I mean, I know you felt it, and I know other entrepreneurs feel it. It's that thing that keeps you up, that thing that, like, burns inside of you, and you feel it, and you keep going back to that. And I literally got into this space. I know people were tired of me, but I would go up to them and say, hey, was this what you always wanted to do? Do you like your job? Would you be here if it wasn't for X, Y, and Z or this? And almost everyone said no. Oh, I'm here because I have kids. Oh, I'm here because, you know, I'm married now. I got to be responsible. I have to do. And I could not. I felt that in my bones. And so I was like, you know what? We're going to try it. Worst case, you move back in with your parents, start all over, and it doesn't work. But, like, best case, this works. And it works, and you're good at it, and you build everything back up that you lost. And I think that is why it worked, because I had faith in it, and it was unwavering. And even when it was hard and I couldn't see the road ahead of me, I just kept going.
And what did success teach you? Because you're very successful.
Thank you. Success, I think, has taught me to be confident. I think we get in this place where it's like, oh, you're supposed to be humble, and you're supposed, which I be humble for sure, but I think that does also keep a lot of us from realizing that we're in a successful moment and until it's over. And I think having some success, I've been able to say, hey, no, this is good. This is good. Celebrate this. You're allowed to, you know, puff your chest out a little bit and feel this moment and be proud of this, because that's not bragging. It's, you know, pride, and pride is not necessarily terrible. And so it just kind of made me more confident, but also made me realize that, like, success is ongoing. You know what I mean? One thing doesn't just mean that, okay, you're done, you're successful, that's the end of it. It's like, okay, cool. Success is a journey.
Yes, a journey. Yep, I love it. So what can we expect from you the rest of 2020? It's a new year, new decade. What can we expect from you the rest of this amazing year?
This year, I don't know. I told myself this year I'm going for all the things. Definitely want to create some more content. I'm learning so many skills. One of my goals this year is to get my skills tight, so working on some video editing and just some different avenues. I'm one of those people that have this notebook of ideas, and I think it's something I got to write down. Like, they joke with me at work that I'm like the bag lady, because I always have my little tote bag, but it's filled with notebooks that I'm trying to be more organized about my ideas. So one of my goals for this year is to go and try those ideas. So I'm going to be trying a lot more things this year. I'm going to be producing more content, trying to be connected with my audience a lot more, doing some more video, letting people into the things I enjoy. We're going to be gardening a lot more, definitely more events, and also self-care. A lot of self-care. I don't want anyone to think, I don't know, I think it's important, since people are listening and I do have a voice, to be very transparent about a lot of this is hard, and a lot of this is very, very tiring and tough on your body and tough on you mentally. So making sure I'm creating space for that, and traveling, and just kind of being open and honest and transparent. So you guys can expect a lot. Join me on my journey. I'm excited.
I love it. So how can our listeners follow you and support you on all social media platforms?
Yeah, so I'm everywhere. Instagram at Tiff Says Go. I'm on YouTube under the same thing. My Facebook is Tiff Perkins, TiffPerkins. And all of my platforms have my links on there. So if you're on one, you can follow everything else because through my pages, of course, I have the events that I do. So that's BlackWomenIn_ on Instagram. My other businesses, everything is linked in my personal Instagram profile. So if you start there, that's a great place to get you everywhere that you need to go so that we can stay connected.
Yes. So please follow her and support her. Tiffany Perkins is definitely someone to know. She's definitely someone to know, somebody to connect with, and she wants everybody to win, so definitely connect with her and support her. So, Tiffany, thank you so much for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to come to the table tonight, and I can't wait to invite you back, and it was an amazing interview.
Oh, it was my pleasure. I'm humbled by you asking me, and I've had a great time. Thank you so much. Thank you to your listeners, producers, your team. I appreciate you all doing this tonight.
You are welcome, and I look forward to working with you and collaborating with you in this new year.
Yes, sis.
Yes. Awesome. So thank you again.
Okay, awesome. Y'all have a great night.
You too. So I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University, and my intern, Vontaria, from Winston-Salem State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little, and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.